Hey there folks, I am the Mighty Plantain. We've got Boosh with us today. We got a rather special event coming up. Hang on, I got something for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Alright, enough of that. So, we have spoken of this a few times, and we are finally getting around to it.
Yep.
We have the Spicy Beer Showdown this time around. What we've got here is we've got a lineup of spicy beers, and I've arranged them in what I believe to be the least to most spicy. We'll probably discuss that after the fact and see if I got this right or if we need to rearrange them. But
Which way are you going? From least?
right to left.
Okay.
We're going to go from least to most, and
Okay.
it makes the most sense. I mean, we don't burn ourselves out and then try to, yeah. So, Clown Shoes Chocolate Sombrero, just a hint of spice in that one in the back end. Bigelow Brewing, a local Maine brewery, Jailbreak. This is a chocolate chili stout that's got a consistent burn throughout, but it's kind of mild, so it's not overpowering. Rogue's Rooster sauce. We've had this before.
Yes, and that was very good.
It was quite good. A nice stout, and the stout complements the spiciness enough that it's
Yep.
not up front and really hot. And then we've got Rogue's Chipotle Ale. And this is where it gets a little tricky. I might not have gotten this quite right here, but Rogue's Chipotle Ale from Rogue Farms is a lighter beer with a heavier chipotle flavor. And then we have Flying Dog's Oat Chipotle Ale. So,
Which we actually did try before.
We have.
Actually, it didn't seem very spicy, but who knows, with a combination of this stuff, it might actually...
yeah, I think you might be thinking of Fever Dream, which wound
Yeah.
up being a disappointment. The Oat Chipotle was pretty
Was
spicy
actually
as far
pretty
as I
good.
remember.
Yeah.
And
There
I'm
was
just
one
not
other one
sure.
that we didn't like.
It was
That
the
wasn't
Fever
quite...
Dream because
Okay.
it had it was a pepper beer, but it had pepper taste and no
Okay.
pepper spice. It
Right,
was kind of a disappointment. It was still a good beer, but it wasn't what we were expecting.
right.
Ballast Point's Habanero Sculpin.
Which was awesome.
We have done that before, and this one's got a lot of heat. Then we have a combination of Stone Brewing's Crime and Punishment. Companion pieces. These were actually bottled a year apart. I've got a 2015 Crime and I believe a 2016 Punishment. This one became my own personal white whale after I had the first bottle, and it took forever to track one down.
Yep.
Finally, our buddy Jeremiah tracked one down, but we all wound up drinking it at the end of a brew fest and did not manage to do the
Right.
spicy beer lineup on camera. So then I wound up seeking it once more. And
Where did you find it?
little place in Manchester, Maine called the Lighthouse. It's mostly seafood and wine, but they have a nice selection of beers as well. So check them out if you're in the area in Manchester. Thank you, Kanan, by the way, for turning me on to this and letting me know it was there so I could run out and get it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
We made a special trip on a Sunday for that.
And those are
bad boy.
good too.
They are. And this will be the first time we're really getting a chance to line them up against a bunch of other beers.
Right.
So we'll see if I've got these set up
Correct.
correctly. But I did prepare. I've got the Punisher shirt and the flames, because we're going to be subjecting ourselves to a little flaming punishment, which is kind of a regular occurrence for you. But you want to go with the Sam Adams?
Well, you didn't grab the other one, did you?
Well, I thought I did, but you're right, I didn't. So, we'll use the Sam Adams. Now, this is all about heat, so I didn't worry so much about getting the
Using
tasting
the-
glasses and
that
all
we
that.
usually have.
Don't get me wrong, there are some wonderful flavors in these beers, but we will go with the little itty bitty clear solo cup samplers. And if you'd be so kind as to pass me the Clown Shoes Chocolate Sombrero. Chocolate, Mexican style chocolate stout. I need to save that. The wife wants me to save bottle caps for some arts and crafts project she's got coming up. But that is a dark, dark beer.
Yes, it is. Very.
Definitely a stout.
Stout.
Like I said, we're going to go with the small pours on these bad boys because we got to get through all of them real quick and then we'll finish them up later.
Maybe.
Right back where it was. All right. Oh, I went a little light on mine, but that's okay. We won't need to finish them. Yeah, you don't smell any of the spiciness on that.
No, you don't smell the spiciness, but you do smell the chocolate.
Definitely.
That malt. That's pretty good. All right, you ready?
Oh yeah, we're not going to go too in-depth on tasting. We're all about the heat today. Like it is, it's mostly chocolate.
But in the background, you get that.
As
you get that
settles,
spiciness. Yep.
It's just that little hint.
That's very good, actually.
It's a nice, excellent stout. And if you're
Yep.
not expecting it, that little tiny kick of spice at the end is a nice surprise. And it kind of comes up after you're done drinking it. It just slowly comes up. You get a little bit of it down here in the belly and the chest, and then just a hint of it in the back of your throat.
Unless you actually down it. If you actually really, if you
Give
were
it
to
a
chug the
good
bottle,
glug.
you'd get a good.
It would probably come back on you faster.
Yep.
So, definitely the most mild that I can see.
Yep. You got enough of those for 8
Oh,
beers?
yes, I do.
Okay.
I counted them. All right, so we are moving on to Bigelow Brewing's Jailbreak, a chocolate chili stout. Now, this is an awesome beer. I've been a big fan of Bigelow's for a long time now, ever since I first discovered them, and they've been churning out newer beers. Matter of fact, on September 2nd of this year at the Skowhegan Craft Brew Festival, the second annual Skowhegan, Maine Craft Brew Festival, they're debuting 2 new beers, and one of them is a collaboration brew. So I'm sorry I'm not going to make it to that, but I will definitely be hitting the brewery up to check those out at some point.
At some point, yep. There's nothing, no smell on it there then either.
Still no spiciness in the aroma, but...
You can smell a little bit of a hint of chili,
Mm-hmm.
but...
And see, that one, it's kind of getting you up front. And it's a consistent burn, but it's still mild. It's like it's just barely there. Just enough. Somebody's shooting off some fireworks in town.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, I'm getting that little bit of a tangy fire on the tongue.
Mm-hmm. But it's not too heavy, not too crazy.
No, it's actually pretty good as well.
You know, again, this is a great beer. Standalone, take the spicy element out of it completely, and it's a good beer.
Now, really, you know what you could do with some of especially with the chocolate one there, the flying dog, the clown shoes. I mean, make a glaze for chicken wings. You could actually make a good spicy chicken wing sauce out of it if you wanted to.
Would a lot of the spice carry through with the beer flavor?
Right.
Could work. Not a bad idea. Let us know if you try it and how it worked out for you. All right. So far so good.
See, it wasn't much of a chili flavor in that, but there is.
No.
It was not bad.
But I'm getting the burn more now. And maybe it's a combination of the 2 beers just kind of resting there, but as it sits right around here, I'm getting warm.
Yep.
All right, so Rogue's Rooster Sauce. That's definitely a darker stout. Actually, I believe this is a stout. It's not a porter, right? Rogue Rooster Sauce, Sriracha Hot Stout Beer. Yes.
Stout.
Not that I know anything about stoutness, but neither do you, right?
Yeah.
Now that's the first one I'm actually getting a hint of the pepperiness.
A hint of the pepperiness. Okay.
Peppers?
Pepperiness.
It's just somehow less impressive, those little plastic cups going ting, tick, tick.
See, where we're not actually cleansing between, we're getting that little bit of a mix. And this one's actually a little bit more spicy. And you have it so far, you have it lined up pretty good for these three.
That was the whole point of this whole thing, is the spiciness.
Right, and
so we're not really worrying about the other flavors, which is why we're not cleansing. I'm just explaining for
that's
them.
true
I know
too,
you know this, but but this is just kind of give you a heat index on them.
That's very good, actually.
Well, see, here's the thing about this one. With the Jailbreak, I had a consistent burn throughout. With the Rooster sauce, up front I'm getting nothing but beer. And then as I swallow it, that's when I'm getting the spice.
Yep.
Whereas with the Jailbreak, it kind of rests on your tongue and it's spicy. It gives you a nice burn from the second it hits your tongue to the, the minute you swallow it, it's right with you. Whereas some of these, the heat gets you at different times. I love it. It's a good beer. I'll stand alone, even without the spicy element.
Yeah.
I think the fireworks in the background are kind of fitting because there's going to be some fireworks coming out of our asses after all these spicy beers. Pardon.
That's actually not bad.
No, it's pretty damn good. All right, so now Rogue Farms. This is the Chipotle Ale. So, second entry from Rogue. And I think it's funny, I included 2 entries from 2 different breweries, and they both seem to line up
very well.
Yeah, but they're also like right next to each other in the lineup, which is odd.
See, I actually don't think that you're going to get a little more smokiness from the Chipotle, because actually Chipotle is a smoked pepper.
I was going to say, they are smoked, aren't they? So yeah. And I believe there's some hoppiness in this one, if I remember right, that's going to blend with the smokiness of the Chipotle and really complement it.
I do remember. I think I've had this one.
And I am getting a hint of... Actually, I'm getting a hint of hoppiness.
Yeah.
But I'm not picking up any peppery aroma off of this one. I know it burns, though. I can remember it.
See, I would have swapped the 2.
Yeah, I was just realizing I might have hit my first snag here.
Yeah. With the way it tastes, but it actually is kind of washing that other flavor out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, up front I'm getting a nice slightly hoppy ale, and then the burn kicks in the end, but it's a milder burn than that Rooster sauce.
Yeah, the Rooster sauce is a little bit pepperier.
Yeah, yeah. So, quick adjustment here.
That's the way it should be right here.
See, I'm doing a lot of these on memory when I was lining them up, so that's a fine example right there. Ooh, pardon. I thought you might remember it. This one, again, I remembered the Chipotle to be spicier, but in practice, it was just a faulty memory.
No, actually, that's pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that bad.
No, I mean, they're all good beers.
Yeah.
And so far, we've had the mildly spicy stuff.
Right, and we already know that the jalapeno Sculpin is going to be the, and actually those 2 on the end there are going to be good too.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm thinking right around here is our last safe beer.
Somewhat mild.
Somewhat mild. I do remember the Habanero. That sucker is a scorcher. Right. And these guys, I think they left these to ferment with the peppers for a good long time, so they picked up a lot of the peppery taste.
Those are good too. Actually, this whole lineup right here are very good beers standalone.
Exactly. Take the spice out of it, and you've got a good beer. Add the spice, and it just takes it to the next level.
Right.
Oh boy.
They need to do a cinnamon one.
I almost think I've seen a cinnamon beer. I know we did the ginger beer. That didn't work out so great. I mean, it was a unique and different taste.
Yeah.
I actually just posted that one the other day. We both rated it at a 3 out of 3, but it wasn't like, it was just cloyingly ginger.
Yeah.
And then of course there's the horseradish vodka. That's a different type of burn as well.
That was actually not bad either.
Not bad, but don't mix it with stuff, man. I've been mixing it with a couple of things. It just doesn't work out well. More on that when I do my Extra Life fundraising video this year. Horseradish and sweet fruity stuff does not go well together. So, oaked Chipotle Ale from Flying Dog, part of their Heat series.
What else did they have for the Heat series?
Oh man, I don't even remember. We were fortunate enough, thank you again, Jeremiah, for providing us with the Heat series. I believe it was their 2016 variety pack.
Okay.
I think it was 4 different beers we tried that night. It might have been. It was at least
Actually,
4.
was that the Flying Dog? I don't remember.
Those were the Flying Dog when we had the ribs.
But they
and
were
everything
they
at
were
his
good.
place, and they
Oh,
were
yeah, those
awesome.
actually, yes, those were good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice woody ale.
Yep. See, not
That heat's kicking in at the say.
Not quite as much. It's blending with the Rogue pretty much.
Yeah, give it a chance to rest and settle though.
Yes.
The heat kicks
I'm
in.
starting to get more of the oak charred flavor than the actual heat.
But then on the back of your tongue and
Right.
your soft palate,
Yep.
it really starts burning.
Yep, and that's
After a
actually
few sips.
that's good too.
Yeah, and I'm thinking it's still hotter overall than this because of that burn that I'm getting
Right.
afterwards is more pronounced.
Yes.
Searching for.
Yeah.
So
It is, and that's really a good flavor as well.
yeah. Now see, I like with this and with the clown shoes where it's kind of like it's after you swallow it and have a couple of sips. That's when you start to notice the spiciness. It's like a surprise.
Now, we're actually kind of making a
Ooh,
mistake
pardon.
about this, actually.
What's that?
We should actually be giving that spicy giving the spicy note on a scale of something.
Yeah, 1 to 10, or sorry, 1 to 8.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. If you want to do it that way.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I didn't want to get into too much craziness, because we'd have to be doing research and doing like the Scoville rating for each beer and.
Well, no,
then
as
again,
far
it's
as like
out
what
there.
we think it is.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like 5 being a hot, very hot, or 3 being mild, somewhat mild, or
Yeah, so let's go with a scale of 1 to 8 and keep them the way they are.
yeah. Actually, it's been
There
going
you
the
go.
way it is. It's
Well, we had one rearrangement.
right, but it's still that's very good.
Usually you're the one outpacing me, man. All right.
That one wasn't bad either.
No.
We've had that before,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we've had that one before too.
Yes, we have.
And we know that one's good.
Cap's being a little.
Being a little biatch.
Yeah, I'm gonna say difficult, but
Yeah, same thing.
yeah. Let's see. Here we are. This is actually a lighter beer than some of the others we've had.
I do remember though, this one is a little hoppy out on front too.
Mm-hmm. But it is pure heat in this.
Yes.
I mean, it is crazy.
What it is actually, is it an ale or is it?
It's a Sculpin. Yeah, that's.
It's an IPA.
Yeah, the hoppiness hits you right up front in the aromas. It's definitely a hoppy IPA.
With habanero peppers added.
And plenty of them.
Ah, there we go. That's what I was
Jesus
waiting for.
Christ,
That's
that's
what I
all of them
was.
at once, wasn't it?
That's what I was waiting for. All right. There we go. Now I can go.
The hoppy aroma. Definitely get a good whiff of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
There's the burn.
Oh yeah.
And that is a whole mouth burn.
That is.
I mean, it's a little hoppy in the aroma, but then you get nothing but burn. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You get that habanero. You actually get the. You actually get not only the peppery from the habanero, but you also get like when you bite into a pepper like that, you get also the juice from the pepper itself.
Pepper
not,
taste.
And I don't mean I don't mean just biting into a habanero. I mean biting into like a regular sweet pepper or something like that. You still get that. That also comes through.
The pepper vegetable taste, yeah.
That's very good.
Oh man, that is a scorcher. What? That is a hot beer.
It is. It's a good beer.
That is delicious.
I could drink this for a long time.
I don't know. I think I could get through a couple of them in one night. But after that, I'd be kind of burnt out.
Well, I think you would get used to the flavor, get used to the burn.
You'd definitely get used to it.
And that's what would happen. You'd get used to the burn, and then you'd probably wind up not really realizing how drunk you are.
Yeah, because every time
because your mouth is on fire. Because your mouth is on fire. That's a very good beer.
Take another sip is going to wake your ass up. It's a good way to stay awake and drink a lot.
Yeah. Mix in one of those every once in a while.
Oh, hell yeah. See, I'm starting to get some mucus coming down because it's all the spice. And now the burps are starting to burn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you think actually having the hoppy beer, burping the hoppy beer up, this is going to be bad.
This is really rough coming back up in the belches.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Now on to the real monsters.
Yeah, enough of this fighting around. Let's go.
Stone's Crime and Punishment. Actually, that Clown Shoes was my first ever spicy beer. And these guys were the next ones I found.
Actually, you know what you're supposed to do?
What's that?
When you pull those out? You hold the cork and turn the bottle.
Oh well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're picking up the spice right off the cork, so.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that was rough. Oh, little droplets of beer came up. Right up the back of my nostrils. Oh, man.
Get those out of the way.
Yeah, we don't need the bottle opener anymore. Alright, Crime. That is a muddy looking beer. Look at that cloudy muddiness. I mean, I'm sure there's just basically flecks of pepper suspended in there based on the brewing process they used to create these things. Yeah. You getting that secondary burn?
A little bit.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting it. Here we go.
Yeah, not bad.
I know, but there's heat in the aroma. It's a little sour, quite hoppy up front.
But you're getting burn going down.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell there's some pepper in there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Did they actually, what was that? Was that aged in barrels?
I believe it was aged in barrels ale with peppers added and aged in bourbon barrels.
That's where I'm getting
bourbon flavor we're tasting.
See, that's where you're getting the bourbon, you're getting that burn as well from. Because I have noticed the bourbon barrel beers, actually, you can taste that it was in the bourbon.
Yeah, it's got that character.
It's got that character, and it has that burn to it, too.
See, what I like about this one, this is a slow burn.
Yes.
You take a couple swallows, and then it hits you.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not milder than the Habanero Sculpin. It's hotter, but because it comes on gradually, I think it's not as rough.
Right.
But it is definitely hotter after it settles and it comes on. It's a hotter beer, but it's not as harsh of a heat. But overall, I definitely would rate this as being spicier than the Habanero Sculpin.
Yes, it is. Because it is, plus it is building on top of that now too.
I think that will be a factor with these, but that's why I line them up from what I thought would be the mildest to what I thought would be the hottest.
And actually, you've done that was pretty good, except for these two. But that's they're good.
Still, these are, and again, like we've said multiple times throughout, these are good beers on their own.
Right. Matched up against each other, they're very good too. They have their own distinct flavor, heat, mixture.
We got 3 stouts. We got an ale, another ale, an IPA, and barrel aged. These I think are closer to IPAs, but they're more like.
They are more barrel aged.
They're more of an ale.
Yeah.
But there is some hoppiness to them.
Yeah, and they're very good.
Whew. Starting to get a little hiccupy.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's that rugged burp.
See, these, like this one right here, if you were making a good spicy barbecue sauce, this would be something to add into it.
You got to be careful though. At $20 a bottle, you may make sure you know what you're doing.
Right.
Before you go dump that in, man, look at the way it's acting in the glass. It's almost syrupy.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, good and fucking hot. Oh, man. Yeah.
You all right?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Like I said, I'm getting the mucus coming down now, and I don't know what that's all about, but it's annoying because it's thick enough that I'm kind of getting almost choking on it, but it's not. Yeah.
I'm getting that too, but it's not thick like that. I'm getting that mucus. I gotta swallow and swallow and swallow.
Like goddamn spicy post-nasal drip that I. Turn the bottle instead of the cork, right? Actually. I might need a little assistance with this one. A little extra grip. Because it is being difficult. It's not cutting it. Alright, well. Good thing I'm prepared. See, I found this. It's hit or miss with the stone. Sometimes the cork comes out real easy. Other times, they're a little stubborn. This was the best $10 I ever spent at the Christmas tree shop. It's the only $10 I ever spent at the Christmas tree shop. That place is usually full of useless crap.
It's true. Although my mother likes it.
All old women like it.
Yeah.
Some young women too. My wife is crazy about the place. I think all the stuff they have there is ugly as sin. And I wouldn't want to decorate my house with it. But guess what? We own a ton of it. I gave up thinking I had any say in how the house is decorated a long time ago.
Okay, Dennis.
Dennis Leary, great routine about that. I've been to Wayne Gretzky's house. Wayne Gretzky has 3 MVP trophies. You know where they are?
In the fucking garage.
Alright, that's another nice muddy one.
It's almost the same color, really.
I know. They used a similar process. I'm trying to remember the difference between the two. I could look it up afterwards, but that would extend this video a little bit longer than we really want to go.
Yeah.
But it is a very similar beer. But if I remember right, we're about to find out, the punishment is the spicier of the two, and overall, it's got more of a burn than any of these other beers.
And of course, if you do the crime, you gotta take the punishment.
That's the thing. I love these, and I always wanted to do them together because that's how I originally drank them.
Yep.
And they are definitely companion pieces, which is so annoying because you can find a bottle of crime almost anywhere. The punishment is so difficult to track down.
Yep.
And it may have something to do with the brewing process. I think they just release less punishment than they do crime. Which is kind of like our American justice system. I'm going political on this video. Alright.
Don't worry about it.
Before I get to be too stupid, let's... definitely bourbon. Definitely heat.
Oh yeah.
And that's another sleeper.
You know what it almost has?
What's that?
The dark kind of chocolates of the chocolate sombrero.
Mm.
But they used a little bit of a different pepper in it, I think. But you can, like you said, you can definitely tell it was bourbon barrels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the beer's definitely picked up that bourbon character.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kentucky bourbon barrels.
It must be.
Oh, it is a batch of Double Bastard Ale. Yep.
Double Bastard Ale with
the chili peppers.
With the chili peppers added.
Yeah, that's another sleeper. It's a nice slow burn, but it's kicking in.
Yes, it is. But it is spicy too.
Mm.
I like that.
It is a great barrel-aged beer. And I'm getting a hint of that high ABV sourness that you get in a high ABV beer.
Ooh.
That's actually at 12%.
Yep.
The crime is at 9.6%.
What's the crime? Which one?
9.6.
Is that just the just the bastard? The not the double bastard, but the.
Lucky Bastard.
Okay.
So there you go. Lucky Bastard with a bunch of chili pepper varieties in it, and Double Bastard. So there's the big difference is the ABV between the two, because that's a big difference between Lucky and Double Bastard.
To begin with.
Yeah, but the spiciness on the punishment is just... It's fading faster than I remember it fading, though.
Yes.
Because it hits you, and I don't know if it's just bringing out the others, but it's hitting me really hard, and then it fades quickly.
That's very good.
So, all delicious beers, in terms of their overall spiciness, well, there you have it, folks. Two opinions on it. We got them lined up from
and you've
left
got them lined
to
up
right as you're looking at them. Good. Glad to hear somebody concurs, because
you're actually getting with that punishment. You're getting a lot of. I'm getting really a lot of the bourbon flavor.
Yeah. And I am definitely getting that, and some of the ABV, the high ABV sourness. It's also probably benefiting some from having all these others before it, and
that's from
building on their spiciness. We're getting a compounded effect. Yeah. Stones, Crime and Punishment,
now,
awesome beers.
At the extreme last year, which one had the ghost pepper?
Well, see, there were a couple of beers that featured ghost peppers.
Right, and we tried those, but they never really. They didn't really hit us like we expected.
Because they weren't going for the spicy effect. They added ghost pepper to the brew.
But what
we tasted was pepper.
What was the brewery?
I can't remember. It was one of the smaller ones. I think it was actually a local one in Massachusetts.
And that's kind of what we were expecting at that time, but with the ghost pepper.
Yeah.
If actually this one is really the spiciest up front, and everything else kind of creeps up on you behind the scenes.
Yeah, the Habanero Sculpin, that one will hit you right in the face with how spicy it is.
Yeah.
And it stays with you. These two are kind of sleepers.
Yeah.
They're hotter, but it takes a second or two for it to kick in.
Yeah.
Similarly, the Oak Chipotle Ale.
Yeah.
I think the wood flavor, the wood aging, actually kind of mellows it out up front, but then as it rests on your palate, you get the burn coming through.
See, I think with the Rooster sauce here, though, they gotta add a little more Sriracha into it.
Think so? Well, it wasn't hot enough for you?
No.
I think it was. I think it was.
It was
just
a good
about
compliment.
right.
It was a good compliment to the beer, actually. To the actual foundation of the beer, it actually added on to it, and it made it taste better.
But it wasn't overpowering.
It wasn't overpowering.
Yeah. In terms of if you wanted to go for something spicier, though, you could load it up with the Sriracha.
Load it up a little bit more with the Sriracha. And really, I'd like to see a company do something with the ghost pepper.
Like an actual hot,
like an actual hot beer.
Yeah.
Spicy beer. Really, really spicy beer that complements. See, and it is like you say, I mean, a lot of the beer companies, they want actually you to be able to taste
the beer
along with its layers. I want one where you just blows
nothing but heat.
Right.
I have a feeling that Ballast Point would be
Almost
able to tweak the Habanero Sculpin
a little bit better.
Use some different peppers, and I think they'd be your candidate for that, because the Habanero Sculpin is the one that really slaps you with the heat, and it stays with you. Again, it's a milder heat than the Crime and Punishment, but it's a consistent heat, and the beer is pure heat.
Right, and it's all the way through.
Yeah, and you get some of the IPA character, but it's just heat, mostly heat in that beer. So I bet if they could use that same process and hit us with some ghost peppers,
with a spicier pepper,
Carolina Reaper.
Yeah. Like Scotch bonnet or something like that. That's actually one of the hottest ones. But the ghost pepper is the hottest, and that's also smoked as well, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think you can smoke pepper that you want.
Right, but when you do smoke it,
prep them.
When you do smoke them, though, it changes the. It does change the flavor, and it also changes the heatness of it.
All right. Well, that is 8 spicy beers, the Spicy Beer Showdown, after being teased and talked about for, 2 years now?
Yeah, a little while.
About that. Finally done, over with. Folks, hit us up down in the comments, the email link down below. Let us know what you think. If you have a different opinion on any of these beers, if you think the lineup should have been different in your experience, or if you see a beer out there that you think should have been included. Yes, we're aware of the Heat series and the other beers. I just couldn't get a hold of them, and honestly, I think 8 was enough for one video. No need to add another 4.
I don't think, we don't need that many. Although we could do one with just those
at some point, if they re-release it.
Yep.
So, anyway, any feedback you got, let's hear it. Let's talk about the beers. While you're down there, make sure to like and share the video. Click subscribe while you're down there, and you'll get a notification every time a new video is posted. We're up to 183 subscribers as of this video.
Wow, that's good.
Damn right.
It's going up some.
It's been going up. I was thrilled when we hit 150 recently, and it just keeps consistently going up. So keep those subscriber numbers going up, folks. Popularity on YouTube is based on subscriber base, likes, shares, people talking about it. One of these days, maybe we can quit our day jobs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. Pipe dreams. Pipe dreams are the best dreams, though.
Yes, that's right.
Till next time.
Although
folks.
I would have liked to have won the Powerball. We just had. That would have been nice.
Did you see the interview with the chick who did win?
Yes.
Okay. That girl is going to be one of those sad, sad stories where she blows it all and she's dirt poor 2 years from now. Mark my words.
Well, that's what happens.
Mark my words. You couldn't even take a piece of bubble gum out of your mouth to do an interview on national TV.
Yep.
You're going to blow your wad, and you're going to be living in the dirt.
True.
Did I cut you off?
Nope.
Like you had something to say?
Nope.
Okay.
And I do have something else to say. If you have your own home brew, get a hold of us somehow. Or if you know somebody that's trying to start up.
Absolutely. We've done a couple of home brews on the channel. We'd love to do some more. We'll give you some fair, balanced, and honest feedback.
Yep.
We won't be mean.
Nope.
But
we will. We will
absolutely.
be. I won't say. Well, we'll be honest.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Exactly. Hell, some nights can't avoid it. Anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in. Till next time, cheers.
Keep drinking.
And light a fire under your ass. Empty. Now, a little while back, we did a bit of a comparison with the Not Your Father's Hard Root Beer review.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for the beer, man. So, highly recommended by you. The Extreme Beer Fest this weekend. We'll be able to get a hold of, I believe it's the American